Good evening, folks, and welcome to Los Angeles for what is set to be the greatest Flesh and Blood Pro Tour yet. But before we dive into all of that good stuff that I know that you're all very, very eager to know about, and boy, do we have some good stuff for you in store tonight, I would like to take a few minutes to thank a few of the many people who have worked very hard to make this event possible. Pete, Jonathan, Jared, and Ward, and the wider Star City Games team, thank you very much for your hard work to put on this show, but more so, thank you for being a great partner to deliver our premier organized play circuit across North America, and more so for the way that you have welcomed Flesh and Blood into the SCG Open. Thank you very much. To the Legend Story Studios organized play team, Head of Premier Play, Trevor Baker, Nico, and Tom, thank you very much for all of your hard work to deploy what has truly become the greatest competitive organized play circuit in the world, bar none. Thank you very much. To our incredible judges, Joshua Scott, Klaus, and Nicolong, thank you very much for all of the work that you have done to establish an incredible global judge community. We really, truly could not put on shows like this, or the callings, or the battle hardens, without the hard work of our judges, our scorekeepers, and our event staff. So thank you very much for all of your hard work. And a very special shout out to Dan Collins, who is picking up the reins, running the big show this weekend, head judge of the Pro Tour. Best of luck, Dan. I'm sure you're going to do an incredible job. To our coverage team, to our casters, Brian Gottlieb, Pankaj Bojwani, Sam O'Byrne, and Mitch Overshot Leslie. What a star-studded crew we have bringing this Pro Tour to tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of fans all across the world, across this weekend. So thank you very much for your upcoming work in the booth this weekend. I am looking forward to tuning in and catching some of their coverage in between my engagements, and probably when I get back to New Zealand, I'm going to binge watch it as well. So thank you very much for your hard work, and also to Ethan Van Sant and the Savage Feet crew for all of the work that you do behind the desk. I'd also like to thank Logan Bolam for his work on the live blog this weekend. Don't forget the live blog, and our socials being run by Vic and the teams. Thank you very much. All in all, a tremendous weekend of live coverage in store. A special thank you to all of our content creators who keep us informed and entertained on the daily. For the passion that you bring in sharing knowledge and excitement of all things Flesh and Blood, thank you very much for everything that you do. And finally, to our players and our cosplayers, to each and every one of you who have traveled near and far to be here to celebrate this occasion and to compete for over $200,000 US in events across the weekend. You are the realization of our mission to bring people together in the flesh and blood through the common language of playing great games. This keynote marks a really special and significant milestone for Flesh and Blood and our mission. One of the beautiful things about trading card games is how they act as a common language to bring us together, transcending the differences that often keep us apart, including spoken language. Fab is already printed in 5 languages, and I'm really proud of that. It's printed in English, German, French, Italian, and Spanish. And it is with immense happiness and pride that we are able to add Japanese to that list as of the release of part the Mistveil. Japan has a really special and significant place in the global trading card game ecosystem. It is the motherland of many, you could say even most of the iconic trading card games that have existed over the 30 years of this industry being around. It very much is the engine room of the modern trading card game industry, and Japan can proudly boast many of the most accomplished players across numerous game systems. And Japan has more local game stores than any other country in the world, save for the United States of America. All in all, Japan is a true powerhouse in the trading card game industry on all levels. So it is with great happiness that with the launch of Part the Mistveil, we are welcoming trading card game fans all across Japan to join the Flesh and Blood community, and further reinforcing Flesh and Blood's place as one of the few truly global trading card games. I'd like to thank a few of our foundational partners in Japan who have supported the soft launch of Flesh and Blood over the last 9 months with the English language version of the game. I'd like to thank Keita Mori for his leadership that he has shown on the ground in Japan, leading the rollout of Flesh and Blood. I'd like to thank our distribution partners, Star Corporation and Nishino. And I'd like to thank the more than 100 local game stores who are already offering weekly in-store organized play for the early adopters of Flesh and Blood across Japan. Part the Mistveil is a big deal for many reasons, as I've just stated. But as the creator of Flesh and Blood and the lead designer, out of the 13 sets that we have released up until this point, Part the Mistveil is the one that I am the most proud of. So without further ado, folks, let's get into that presentation and take a look at what lies beyond the mist. So we're going to run through a little bit of the product roadmap and event roadmap before we get into the stuff I know you guys really want to see. But just recapping, so we've got our big standalone boosters. Obviously, Heavy Hitters is out there in the wild. We've got Part the Mistveil releasing on May the 31st. We have pre-releases in over 1,400 stores the weekend before that. And, of course, the world premiere the week before that on May the 17th in Tokyo, Japan. And then we have Set 14 releasing in mid-September. But in addition to that, we have some new products hitting shelves this year. So you guys might have seen this silhouette floating around on socials about a week ago for Armory decks, which is pre-constructed, classic constructed decks, the most requested product by both retailers and fans by far over the last year. And the first such Armory deck is, dun, 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 KO Armed and Dangerous. So you can look forward to KO hitting the shelves of Armory active stores around the world on Friday, May the 3rd. And a really key thing here is this is going to be available exclusively to the stores who are running regular Armory events as a way to acknowledge the work that those local game stores are putting in to support their local communities. And, it's an Armory deck, right? Like you're supposed to play this at Armory. So check that out, May the 3rd. Following off the back of Armory Deck KO, we do have 3 additional Armory decks which will release in 2024. We're not going to tell you what they are just yet, but stay posted, keep checking those social feeds, and you will know in due course. All right, moving on. We have a brand new player product releasing in August. It will be available for the first time at Gen Con. Flesh and Blood's going to have a fantastic presence at Gen Con this year. Hopefully welcoming a whole bunch of new players into the Flesh and Blood community, and First Strike is a product that we have designed to be the best first play experience that exists to date for Flesh and Blood. I'd like to shout out to Brian Gottlieb for the work that he did on this particular product. I'm really excited to see this come out and to be like a genuinely awesome tool for welcoming new players into the Flesh and Blood community. All right, let's move on. Organised play, we've just come off the back of Road to Nationals, and ProQuest starts in short order following the Pro Tour. That is obviously ProQuest leading into Pro Tour Amsterdam mid-year. We have National Championship season running mid-year and following up with Skirmish ProQuest, which will feed into the first Pro Tour of 2025, and rounding out the year with a little bit of fun Skirmish to close things off. And then we have our marquee events. Obviously, we're here today at Pro Tour Los Angeles. We're heading over to Amsterdam in July, and then the World Championship in November. So we have a very ambitious pro circuit in 2024, giving away $1.5 million US across our range of events. And I would like to actually welcome on stage our head of Premier Play, Trevor Baker, to run you through some of the new announcements as part of that circuit. Thank you, Trevor.
Thank you, James. You can go to the next slide. First, let's take a moment to reflect on the start of 2024. We've had an incredible Heavy Hitters campaign that all started with Calling Queenstown alongside our once-in-a-lifetime celebrational. From there, the Calling circuit traveled to Hartford and Liverpool, showcasing quite possibly our best limited season to date. I'd like to take a moment to congratulate Calling champions Darren Ying, Mark Morrison, and Francesco Giorgio on their successful runs during this campaign. With an extra shout out to our first celebrational champion, Brody Spurlock. This all leads us to today, Pro Tour Los Angeles, where the best players from around the world will compete over the next 3 days. After 17 rounds of competition, we will crown our 4th Pro Tour champion. We've seen exceptional registration from players all around the world. The Americans definitely have their work cut out for them if they want to retain the Pro Tour crown. The full $200,000 is on offer this weekend, shared across our top 64 players. I wish you all the best of luck this weekend. Coming out of Los Angeles, the sights will turn to Pro Tour 5 in Amsterdam, Netherlands, where the Pro Tour will once again be decided on European soil. Qualification starts from April 13th, so bring your best constructed deck and head to your local game stores this April. Next one is fine. All right. Coming out of Los Angeles, there we go. Let's shift our focus to the Calling circuit. Our Calling events bring the best of flesh and blood to communities around the world, and I'm excited to share with you some of the places we'll be headed soon. Next, we'll travel to sunny Thailand, where Patong Beach lays a stone's throw away from the 4 Points Resort, where Calling Phuket will take place. Join us on our first holiday destination event. You just might need it after the tough battles you'll face this weekend. Even Azalea and Vincent can find some time in the sun. Coming off the backs of ProQuest Season 5, the Calling marks a triumphant return to Poland. Bring your best, as this will surely be a slugfest. Join us in Warsaw for one last dance before we part the Mistveil. All roads lead to Tokyo, our first Calling on Japanese soil. Lasting memories are sure to be made in Japan this May. Be part of the flesh and blood history as we launch in Japan. National season heats up, and the USA will be the first country in the spotlight. I encourage you, whether in person or abroad, to keep your eyes on Minneapolis, as this is sure to set the tone for the 45 national championships taking place in the subsequent weeks all around the world. Calling Amsterdam marks the return to the Netherlands after a successful debut with Calling Utrecht some years ago. Write your name into the record books this summer. Now, the next one might not come as a complete surprise if you've been keeping tabs on some of our tournament organizers, but I'm excited to share that the Calling is returning to Florida. Join us this September for not just any ordinary calling, but also yes, that's right. The world premiere returns to the United States for Set 14. A few weeks later, we'll travel down under, where Darling Harbour will lay home to this calling. So join us in Sydney as we put another shrimp on the Barbie. Gosh, I've gotten kind of hungry after that. Well, for our fans in Europe, this ought to whet your appetite, because why not visit the gastronomic capital of France as we bring you Calling Lyon. It's been a while since that Pro Tour made its European debut in France, and we're excited to be back with a Calling this September. Now, these next two events are a beautiful reflection of homegrown communities. First is one that is personal, very near and dear to me. I feel so fortunate to have been part of the thriving flesh and blood community in my hometown, and it is quite an honor for us to bring the Calling to Portland, Oregon. Brought to you by a homegrown tournament organizer, Fab Foundry. But it doesn't end there. We also have another organizer that will put a feather in their cap. For the first time, the Calling will land in the windy city of Chicago, Illinois. Brought to you by MinMax Games. Now, this is just a glance at many of the callings we have coming up. There's still some more to announce, but I hope you're excited, especially for the Americans in the room, for quite a robust schedule of callings that we have the rest of this year. Let's talk about Battle Hardened. So, we've already had several Battle Hardened events to start this year, and announced from here onwards 18 more standalone Battle Hardened events. You can take a look at the screen there. Columbus, Bologna, San Diego, Valencia, San Fran, Seattle, Tacoma. The list goes on. Singapore, Milwaukee, Atlanta, Bydgoszcz, Bali, Richmond, Las Vegas, New Jersey, Taichung, Athens, Montreal, Washington, D.C., and many more to come. So stay tuned on fabtcg.com for many more Battle Hardens and callings coming to you very soon. With that, I'll turn it back over to James.
Thank you very much, Trevor. It's an impressive slate of events that you guys have been working very hard to deliver around the world, and really appreciate that. A lot to look forward to. But now it is time to truly part the Mistveil and have a look at what this beautiful next set looks like. So we're going to run through a little bit of highlights before we get into the trailer. So we got preview season starting on, you guys thought that was a trailer, right? We can do better than that. That was like 3 seconds or whatever. We got a big one in store for you. We got preview season starting on like May the 13th with some early reveals starting from the 1st of April. So basically we've got Pro Tour running this weekend. We're going to have a week to celebrate all of the good things to come out of the Pro Tour. So we'll be basically 1 week of post-Pro Tour coverage, and then we're going to be into the early access reveals for part of the Mistveil from the 1st of April. Of course, it's leading towards that major milestone being the world premiere in Tokyo. Shinjuku district of Tokyo, which is the entertainment hub of Tokyo. It's an incredible place. I really am looking forward to going. I'm going to be there personally. It's going to be an incredible event. I highly recommend that you get your tickets, get your packages soon, because that thing is selling quick. So do avoid disappointment, book your flights, book your hotels, and buy your packages ASAP. So of course, that's on May the 17th, and we have the calling on the Saturday, which is part of the Mistveil Limited, so sealed deck with day 2 draft. An important note here for the world premiere, there are going to be side-by-side events running using English language product and Japanese language product. When you play the calling, you'll be able to choose which language product you would like for the sealed deck portion of the event. Day 2 draft will be using all Japanese product. We are making sure that the full card image gallery for part of the Mistveil will be available earlier in that week, so you will have a number of days to familiarize yourself with all of the cards, familiarize yourself with the card images. There will be some visual aids on site at the venue as well to just support the language between the two product variants that will be available. So look, it should be pretty smooth. There's a lot of precedent in the TCG industry for having these mixed language high-level events. I'm sure you guys will be all over it. Moving on, we have over 1,400 pre-release events running in local game stores around the world on the weekend of May 24th through 27th. That's a Friday through Monday spread. And then, of course, the street release date for part of the Mistveil is Friday, May the 31st. So, as we've talked about, world premiere, this is really an event not to be missed. I can't state it enough. It's going to be one of those magical milestone events for Flesh and Blood. And the calling Tokyo that we've just covered off. All right, let's shoot along. What do we got next? Of course, we've got a big old check up for grabs at the calling Tokyo, $20,000 US. There's also a battle hardened on the Sunday, which will be another $2K on top of that. So lots of prize money up for grabs, as well as the prestige, which is maybe worth more than the cash. All right, let's move on. Leading into the world premiere, and this is really key for all of our fans based in Japan, we have the Road to Tokyo series. So the world premiere isn't the place to go and learn to play Flesh and Blood. The place to learn to play Flesh and Blood is in local game stores all across Japan in the 2 weeks leading into the world premiere. So there is going to be a whole bunch of welcome events, of course, using the IRA welcome decks, tried and tested. They are, of course, available in localized Japanese language. And then the weekend before the world premiere, there will be early access to the Blitz decks from part of the Mistveil. So fans in Japan can go and get familiar with what the heroes of part of the Mistveil do, the key cards, key synergies, key interactions, and so on. So those Blitz decks will be available 1 week before the world premiere, exclusively in Japan. And that's an overview of the Road to Tokyo. So as I say, a lot of a weekend of Learn to Play with IRA, the early access Blitz decks, and then leading into the world premiere. Not sure, check online. Let's go. All right, and then for all of these wonderful new Flesh and Blood players in Japan who will be joining our community, we have set up a brand new welcome page. So URL fabtc.com/welcome-jp. So this is a landing page with all of the resources that a new player will need to know to start their journey in Wraith. So please do check that out for all of our fans across Japan. Let's move on. What do we got? All right, here's the overview of what part of the Mistveil is. So we've got 3 heroes, and we have, of course, 1 new talent, being the talent of Mysteria, to be revealed shortly. 239 card set, so good sized standalone set. and of course available in all 6 languages. MSRP is standard with what the last year or so's releases have been at $109.90 USD and Euro. And we have some beautiful release celebration promos available in select local game stores and strictly while stocks last. Blitz deck. So there's some hot takes here. We're changing things up a little bit with the English versions of the Blitz decks here. They're actually coming in a collection box configuration this time around. So cast your mind back to Around the Table collaboration that we did with the professor. It had that awesome long box that was reusable as a 1,000 count storage system. So you get one of them, and it comes with a beautiful Mysteria matte landscape playmat in it. It comes with the 3 Blitz decks, and it comes with 3 booster packs of Part the Mistveil. So everything you need to play, this is really fab in a box, Part the Mistveil edition. In Japan, there will be the traditional configuration of Blitz decks, so single units in a display sold by the individual unit. Is it time, Keegan? Is it time? It's time. Dim the lights. Take it away. What do you think? Something special, huh? I want to hear it up. Who are you most excited for? Who's here for Zen? Not too bad. Let's hear it for Enigma. That's pretty strong. What about our succubus new? Zen might have his work cut out for him. That's a pretty resounding applause there. So, look, we're incredibly proud of what we've delivered with Part the Mistveil, and I can't wait for previous season to start proper, and for you guys to maybe find out and maybe speculate over the coming days and weeks, what the hell that blue thing? What's that blue thing? I'm sure you guys have a million ideas, and I look forward to hearing all of them on socials over the coming weeks. What that blue thing is, it's quite special. What else we got? What else we got?
And it's going to get the fist bump. The Phoenix rises.
What an incredible display by
Listen to this room right now. This room is erupting.
celebrating our Flesh and Blood World Championship.
That's right, we have one more thing to share with you. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, we're going to announce Worlds today. So further reinforcing our commitment to the fans of Japan, and more so to really embody the concept of what we see the World Championship to be, which is something that encapsulates the entire world. So our vision for the World Championship is that it does rotate between the Americas, Europe, and Asia Pacific. So obviously we had the inaugural World Championship in San Jose. We went to Barcelona last year, and the 2024 World Championship will be proudly hosted in Osaka, Japan in November. So I look forward to seeing lots and lots and lots of you there. It's going to be an absolutely incredible event, and we will be providing more specific details about that on fabtcg.com, of course, in the coming weeks and months. But mark that in your diaries. It's going to be an amazing event. And folks, I think that's it. Without further ado, I welcome you all to enjoy the food and beverage which is on offer. I look forward to seeing many incredible games of flesh and blood being played this weekend, and hopefully having an opportunity to meet many of you across the weekend as well. We have the meet and greet signing sessions running Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 10 o'clock. I look forward to seeing you then. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you very much. Over and out.